over and done with. And she leaves the chamber smiling very gladly that it's done and it's over with. Now we still have two more nominees, and the next nominee will be Senator Hadi Sirika, a former senator here, and he comes into the chamber right now, getting ready to face his colleagues as a ministerial nominee. He's served here, he's been here as a lawmaker, and now he's here as a nominee. He's going to be the 8th person to be seen. And I'd just like to tell you that Mrs. Kemi Adeosun spent 40 minutes in there, 40 minutes answering questions that came across more as if the expectation is that she will be in the finance ministry.
Yes, I really liked what she talked about, the zero budgeting system, about us going back to really go line by line at the expenditure and income and revenue of ministries and MDAs. So right now, a former lawmaker, Senator Hadi Sirika, is about to be grilled. He is a former lawmaker. I don't think he's going to be grilled as much as the last nominee that we saw.
Well, I was just about to say grilling might not be the term to use.
So what else can we use? What else? What other term can we use?
Let's just say he's going to face the Senate, and let's see how it goes. So here, let's hand you now to the Senate President to take charge of proceedings.
We have with us is Senator Hadi Sirika, who was a member of the 7th Senate. Distinguished Senator, I welcome you to a familiar terrain here. You're welcome back. We have your CV, and we want you to just give us a brief introduction of yourself. There's something in the CV that you want to emphasize, or there's something we've left out, or maybe for the purpose of those new senators in the 8th Senate that might not have known much about you, just to say a few things.
Most distinguished senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ladies and gentlemen, I think, Mr. President, my content and character, person and personality has been long deposited in this hallowed chamber. I'm not too sure if there's anything left out. Everything about me must have been known, long been known, much as well also from the Green Chamber, where I migrated to here. Indeed, we're brothers and sisters and colleagues and friends hitherto, and we've worked together. So I think I have had enough deposited in this hallowed chamber, but I thank you for the opportunity. And regarding introduction of my person, as in name, of course, Hadi Abubakar Sirika. I come from Katsina State, and in Katsina State, Dusi local government, as is in my CV, and a little hamlet there in Dubawa, where I was born. Dubawa, by the way, came onto the map of the world courtesy of my late father, who was a forestry officer that decided to resign and build a small farmhouse, and where I was born. And we were the first set to go to school. And by providence and by the will of God, we've got several PhDs there, engineers, pilots, architects, accountants, and pharmacists, and so on and so forth. We thank Allah for that. And of course, I was a member of the House of Reps 2003-2007, and that's the 5th House. And also a member of the 7th Senate, Mr. President. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I think for all of us, I've been a member of House of Reps Senate, but also as a pilot, and we just want you, from your experience, tell us, really going forward, been a lot of debate on the issue of national carrier or no national carrier. Your opinion, what do you think about that? And then secondly, a lot of concerns in Nigerians about unemployment. And there are a lot of young pilots that have qualified Nigerians that at the moment don't have any jobs. In your own view, what do you think? How will you guide the country in going forward? Is this more of to take a bit of your wisdom, really?
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Regarding the national carrier question, I'm one of those proponents of it that we ought to have our own national carrier, and for very good reasons, and noble ones for that matter. If you start from probably the list of them, which is having to have your flag being flown around the world for that purpose, for that patriotic reason, you will have a national carrier. But more importantly, because when you look at the statistics, over 90% of the international market is being taken by international airlines that are coming from other countries, and most of them are either state-owned or partly state-owned. One reason. Second reason, Mr. President, is the fact that most of these bilateral agreements that we sign with nations that are into this aviation also becomes lopsided, because more or less Nigeria cannot take advantage of those because we do not have a national carrier and we have not designated anybody to do that job. And Nigerians often ask me, why is it that the ticket from London to Abuja is twice the ticket from Accra to London? And when we were in the House of Reps, I believe with some of you who are members of that committee, we did invited British Airways, which had the monopoly at that time of going to London. And then, of course, they just bluntly told us that, well, because Nigerians can afford. If Nigerians can afford, is that the reason why it should be twice as much when the distance is farther to Accra? When the fuel is cheaper in Accra, in Nigeria at the time, and then we pay more or twice? I believe we would address this, and not to preempt what government would do, I'm aware that there has been a committee that was set up by the Ministry of Aviation, as it is now, to harmonize all those submissions that were done in favor or against the national carrier, and they have turned in their reports. I don't want to preempt the contents of that report, but my own personal opinion that yes, there must be national carrier, yes, it must be strong, yes, it must be viable, and then of course coming to employment of our pilots is all about policy making. You would have someone with a type rating of airplane, i.e. he's gone for training for a particular aircraft, and he's available in Nigeria, and he's very good for that matter. But his place is taken by somebody who is brought from another country, who is oftentimes is inferior. We've been to the schools together with these boys. We beat them. We take first positions there easily. And then they come here, they are treated with preference than our own indigenous pilots who are well-trained, well-seasoned, and who are much better. So also in engineering as well. So I think this must stop. We must look inwards. It's only where we don't have our own that we can now gradually and then maybe ask someone to come and take over that job. But I can't have a job space and I export it somewhere. It's ridiculous. I think